Go ahead.
He removed his king
He removed his king
and set his up king.
and he set it up king. So who elect people to be president of the United States? God does. Read that over again.
Verse 21.
Uh-huh.
And he changes the times and the seasons.
Yes, sir.
He moveth kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding.
Understand this. He don't respect a person. Just like he called Nebuchadnezzar his servant. And we know Nebuchadnezzar wasn't nothing about no God, but when Joseph got over there, hey, not Joseph, but who was it? Daniel got over there, hey, he said, well, we're going to follow him because he can prosper me. His God can prosper me.
That's right.
And he going to carry it out, his Bible, the way it's supposed to be carried. He used anybody. That's why he said, I set up kings and I take them down. Jump down to verse 28. Go ahead.
But there is a God in heaven that revealeth secrets,
Yes, sir.
and maketh known to the king Nebuchadnezzar
Uh-huh.
what shall be in the latter days. Thy dream and the visions of thy head upon thy bed are these.
I said Nebuchadnezzar wanted to know what was his dream. He couldn't interpret it. Even his wise man couldn't interpret it. But he always got to go to the Israelite. Go ahead.
As for thee, O king, thy thoughts came into thy mind upon thy bed,
Mm-hmm.
what should come to pass hereafter. And he that revealeth secrets maketh known to thee what shall come to pass.
This is what Daniel said. God only revealed this. Jump down to verse 31. Go ahead.
Thou, O king, saw it, and behold a great image.
So he's telling him the interpretation of his dream. Go ahead.
This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible.
Uh-huh.
This image head was of fine gold, his breast and his arms of silver, his belly and his thigh brass.
I just want to give you to understand, we're not going over Daniel's image. I'm just telling you how he said the interpretation of who was going to be the head, the first ruler of the world, which is Nebuchadnezzar. Jump down to verse 36. Go ahead.
This is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king.
Yes, sir.
Thou, O king, art a king of kings, for the God of heaven has given thee a kingdom, power, and strength, and glory.
So who gave him the kingdom? So who set him up? God set Nebuchadnezzar up, not Nebuchadnezzar. I just want to make sure you understand these different types of scriptures so you can know that because you go out there and sign a voter's card and vote this and vote that, it don't make no difference. God gonna put whoever he want in office. Way back in Nebuchadnezzar's day, the first ruler of the world. Now let's go, we're going to end on that right now. But let's go 1 Samuel chapter 15. Let me show you the example how God set up a king and he take him down. This is a time when Israel wanted a king in Samuel's day, and he gave him a king. And his king was King Saul. First Samuel chapter 15 and verse 1. So I'm telling you now, if I start interpreting this stuff, I'll mess it up. You gotta read. You got so many people out here who you voted for. Who you got so much to say about what they stand for. Everybody tell you, all of them are telling lies. Every last one of them. All the stuff they telling you they gonna do, they ain't gonna do. I remember Barack Obama told us about he gonna have the troops out of Afghanistan in a year and a half. It's been 8 years, they still over there. They still over there. It's crazy. And people fall for it every year. I know what's going on. But let's look at this right here. When God said, when Israel wanted a king, this is who God set up. Verse 1. Go ahead.
And it came to pass after this that Absalom prepared him chariots and horses, and 50 men to run.
First Samuel chapter 15, verse 1.
Let me see.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm. That's why we here, brother. Deputy Joe Live. Go ahead.
Samuel also said unto Saul, the Lord sent me to appoint thee to be king over his people, over Israel. Now therefore hearken thou unto the voice of the word of the Lord.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Thus says the Lord of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt.
Now Samuel told Saul, God will appoint you king. This is what he wants you to do now. Follow the instruction, you're going to be okay. So, go ahead, verse 3.
Now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have.
Mm-hmm.
Spare them not, but slay both man and women, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass.
He said, look, and he said, Saul, I want you to go kill everything in Amalek's town. Everything, down to the animals, the women and children, everything. This is what I want to do, because Amalek did some horrible stuff to Israel back in the day. Horrible stuff. And he remembered that. That's why I tell you, don't worry about fighting your battles. God gonna get them in due time. Jump down to verse 7. But Saul, he hard-headed. Go ahead.
And Saul smote the Amalekites from Haviah until thou comest to Shur, that is over against Egypt.
Now Saul went down there and smacked Amalek, but he started making decisions on his own. Go ahead.
And he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, he's alive, and utterly destroyed all the people with the edge of the sword.
So what did God tell you to do? He told Saul to go over there and kill everything. He gonna take the king and bring him back. Go ahead.
But Saul and the people spared Agag, and the best of the sheep, and of the oxen, and of the fatling, and the lambs, and all that was good, and would not utterly destroy them. But everything that was vile and refused, that they destroyed utterly.
Yeah, so they took the best out of all the beasts and everything else, and he brought the king back. This is not what God told Samuel to tell Saul to do. Saul took upon himself to do this. Go ahead.
Then came the word of the Lord unto Samuel, saying, It repenteth me that I have set up Saul to be king, for he is turned back from following me, and has not performed my commandments. And it grieved Samuel, and he cried unto the Lord all night.
Yes, sir.
And when Samuel rose early to meet Saul in the morning, it was told Samuel, saying, Saul came to Carmel, and behold, he set him up a place, and is gone about, passed on and gone down to Gilgal.
Go ahead.
And Samuel came to Saul, and Saul said unto him, Blessed be thou the Lord, I have performed the commandments of the Lord.
Just lying. Come on, he performed the word of the commandment. Just lying. God told him what to do. He come out with the king and all the best of the sheep and all this stuff. Go ahead.
And Samuel said, What meanest then this bleating of the sheep in mine ears,
Yes, sir.
and the lowing of oxen which I hear?
Samuel said, you did what I said, told you to do. Why I hear sheep rolling? I hear all these people coming with you. This cat did what he wanted to do. He tried to lie about it. Go ahead.
And Saul said, They have brought them from the Amalekites, for the people spared the best of the sheep and of the oxen to sacrifice unto the Lord thy God, and the rest we have utterly destroyed.
You see what I'm saying? Doing what he want to do. Go ahead.
Then Samuel said unto Saul, Stay, and I will tell thee what the Lord has said to me.
He said, man, you stay right here. Stay right here. I'm going to tell you what the Lord said to me now. Go ahead.
And he said unto him, Say on. And Samuel said, When thou wast little in thine own sight, was thou not made the head of the tribe of Israel?
Yes, sir.
And the Lord anointed thee king over Israel.
So he reminded him how he told Samuel to go down there to anoint Saul to be king of Israel when he had nothing. But when you got something, you're going to try to do whatever you want to do. God is not pleased with that. Go ahead.
And the Lord sent thee on a journey and said, Go and utterly destroy the sinners, the Amalekites, and fight against them until they be consumed.
Yes, sir.
Wherefore then didst thou not obey the voice of the Lord, but didst fly upon the spoil and did evil in the sight of the Lord.
See, when God tells you to do something, and you do whatever you want to do, he finds it evil. Real evil. These are the commandments of God while we're here on the Sabbath day, while we're here taking care of the Lord's business on the Passover, the feast on everywhere. Those things mean a lot to them, but to the world, it's very small. Very small. They don't see the significance of it. God take the foolish things of the world and just take the small things of the world and confound the people. And they think they're wise, but they utterly destroy themselves and not following the book. Jump down to verse 23. Go ahead.
For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he has also rejected thee from being king.
So he cut him down then. Go ahead.
And Saul said unto Samuel, I have sinned, for I have transgressed the commandments of the Lord and thy words, because I feared the people and obeyed their voice.
See, that's the problem. That's what's going on inside these churches. The people are running these churches instead of the book. That's all they're doing. They letting people influence them with their money and their possession. Man, I gotta keep these lights on. I can't be preaching this hard like Jeff do it. No, you better do what the Lord say do. Then you're gonna have a bigger fish to fry when he get to you. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 25. Now therefore I pray thee, pardon my sin, and turn again with me, that I may worship the Lord.
Too late, Saul. Go ahead.
And Samuel said unto Saul, I will not return with thee, for thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, and the Lord has rejected thee from being king over Israel.
So he put him up and he took him down. And the people didn't have nothing to do with it. God did this. Let's go to Psalms 33 and verse 16. Stop putting trust in these lying president candidates. They lying to y'all. And people looking at the strength and the money of these people say, oh man, they gonna protect us. Look at all the stuff America got. Man, America like a little small peon in God map, on God map. Small peon, if you got some understanding. Psalm 33 and verse 16. Don't put no trust in these people. They can't help you. Only Jesus can deliver us out of this trouble. It's trouble out there. Y'all don't know if y'all see it or not. I see it. It's trouble. It's scary, boy. They even let your kids go out sometimes. They be watching over this shoulder, watching over your shoulder. Everywhere we go, we watching over each other's shoulder. You don't know what people gonna do today. But you gotta have our faith in this book and this word. He'll keep us. This is what he gonna say right here. Psalms 33, we're gonna start at verse 16. Go ahead.
There is no king saved by the multitude of an host. A mighty man is not delivered by much strength.
He's telling you there's no king that can save because he have a lot of people backing him. A lot of people backing him, and he said the man that have not delivered much strength. The strength. Go ahead.
And horse is a vain thing for safety. Neither shall he deliver any by his great strength.
Yes, sir.
Behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy.
Yes, sir. See, the thing is, the eye of the Lord is upon him that fear him. That's why he tells us, he said, work out your own salvation through what? Fear and trembling.
That's right.
These people don't fear God. They just playing around and thinking that it's going to be like a choice. He's going to take the best out of the people in the world. They don't work like that with him. He's going to take the people that follow his book and his word. They're going to be with him. The rest of them, they're going to be in the lake. They burn with fire. Go ahead.
Verse 19. To deliver their soul from death and to keep them alive in famine,
Yes, sir.
Our soul waiteth for the Lord. He is our help and our shield.
That's it, y'all. We wait on the Lord. He's our King. Go ahead.
For our heart shall rejoice in him, because we have trusted in his holy name. Let thy mercy, O Lord, be upon us, according as we hope in thee.
This is the only trust you need in right here of him. This book. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 45. God said nobody's going to save you but him. We learn. Don't be asking all this stuff about these presidents. Nah, I can kill this, man. I can kill that. And I tell them all the time, I'm watching Jerusalem. What? Why you watching Jerusalem? I can tell you right now, your understanding ain't there. It's not there. If you gotta ask me why I'm watching Jerusalem, some preachers that fail you.
Right.
Fail you. Put your eye on Jerusalem. When that third temple is built, we know what to do. I know what to do. I hope y'all do too. You gotta get out of here. Destruction gonna hit you real bad. Listen what he say here. God has said nobody gonna deliver you, especially Israel, from the punishment. Only him. Verse 45. Let's look at something here. Verse 45. This is the curses. This is our Deuteronomy chapter 20 is the foundation of Israel, showing who we are as a people.
Right.
And he told us these curses are going to come upon us, and no one's going to deliver you out of these curses but me. So we got to go through this stuff. We got to go through this stuff. Verse 45. Go ahead.
Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee,
Yes,
till
sir.
thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee.
So all these curses are going to come upon us and destroy us. And believe me, if you see the so-called Negroes today, we being destroyed by the boatloads. Ain't nothing changed, because we rejected his law. Go ahead.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
If you get an opportunity to read this whole chapter, you'll see that this is only one nation that's the so-called Negroes in the world today. It fits us perfectly. Perfectly. But listen what he said about this nation he's going to bring on us. Jump down to verse 49. Go ahead.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle fly.
Yes,
A
sir.
nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
I always got that eagle on it. That's a little food for thought. What nation has an eagle on their flag and all that? A lot of them really. But go ahead.
A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young.
God said, I'm going to send a nation upon you, going to hit you so fast. He don't care if you got young or old. He going to kill, he going to slay, he going to do whatever he want to do to you just to make profit from you, to beat you down. And he done that through slavery. The transatlantic slave trade that happened to us. How we got sold to all these Gentile nations all over the world. Well, listen what he said. Jump down to verse 68. And he told us that these nations was going to do this to us, and no one is going to buy you out of it, out of these curses, out of this punishment that's going on. No one. Verse 68. Listen what he said here. Go ahead.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondsmen and bondswomen, and no man shall buy you.
We sold unto our enemies for bondsmen and bondswomen. No man shall buy you. Meaning they're not going to buy you out of this slavery. You still going to be in the same situation until the Lord come back. Still going to be in the same situation. And people really think that we going to get out through this president, We still in the same situation. He following after their God. Look at, he following after Easter Bunny. Look at all this stuff they following after. Ain't nobody gonna buy you. You got to conform to their gods. The Christmases, they light the tree. This is who Barack Obama followed. But he get it from one person. There he is right there. There he is right there. The Pope, the Roman Catholic religion. They came up with all this stuff. Really ain't come up with it. They followed after the Babylonian custom. But they picked it up and ran with it. Nimrod. This is what's going on. This is who the world is following, him. All in the White House with one of the men of sin. One of the Antichrist. Well, listen what he said here. He said, they will not buy you out. All these people got reparations in the world. Since 1990, Japan got 1.6 million. Jewish people got 25 million. The Indian people, Japan again, the Indians, all the way down to the Germans. They got 822 million. But look down there, from 1865 to the present day, $0 for reparation for our people, which are the Negro. Zero. The African, the so-called African American said, we're our 40 acres and a mule. That means payment for us beating you down and hurting you. Everybody got there, and that's just a few of them. No man ain't gonna buy us. Everybody got money. Jesus said in his word, no man ain't gonna buy you out of this, but me. So we got to learn to suffer with this until he comes back. Let's go to John. We got 3 more after this. John chapter 10 and verse 7. Jesus is our only hope. He's our only hope. They just gave the Native American Indians $1.8 billion or something like that for a reservation. Somebody they gave them. When we gonna get some? I like my 40 acres in the mule. I can take that. They promised that to us, and we ain't never got that. Yeah. John chapter 10 and verse 7. I'm telling you, Jesus is the only way we're going to get some freedom. But he's going to set us up really good. We're going to be gods upon the earth. They're gonna have an opportunity. Y'all gonna have an opportunity to run them. They're gonna be some slaves too, if you understand. John chapter 10, verse 7. Let's look and see what Jesus said about us being saved. Go ahead.
Verse 7.
Verse 7,
Then said Jesus unto them, again, verily, verily, I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep. All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but
Yes,
the
sir.
sheep did not hear them. I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pasture.
What Jesus is saying, he is the only way you're gonna get reparation for a better word. He's the only way. And these people out in the streets, I forgot to show you this one, but these people out in the street with signs want to get this money, this reparation, this land. They're not going to give it to us. You can hang that up. He said he's the only one going to give you that when he set us up in the land of Israel. That's the only way we're going to get it. We ain't going to get it in this land. Go ahead, brother.
The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill,
Yes, sir.
and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly.
Yes, sir. All the presidents that came before, the Bill Clinton, Obama, even Martin Luther King, they did nothing but sell us hope. And the hope was lies. And we believe more in those people than we believe in Jesus at the time. Ask them. Ask the people around you about that. They got so much hope. When Barack Obama was going to be president of the United States, oh man, it's going to be good for the brothers. Man, I'm telling you, it was almost worse than Clinton days. Look at the crime that's going on now. We supposed to got a black president. The crime so high now, man, it's going crazy. But they said the crime is low. Well, from our bed, it don't look like that to me when I look on TV. But Jesus is the only way. If they don't come up by Jesus and following his word, and they following after the Pope, they following after the Christmas customs, all the different type of pagan holidays, they are not following Jesus' way. Jesus is not their king. Well, listen to what Jesus said right here. Go ahead.
Verse 11. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep.
Jesus is the shepherd, and we the sheep. Go ahead.
But he that is an hireling.
Understand what he said, a hireling. Someone who hired to do a job. These people are hired. These presidents and all these stuff are hired to do a job. That's it. For money. Go ahead.
But he that is an hireling and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming, leadeth the sheep and fleeth, and the wolf catches them and scattereth the sheep.